Or that Suburban.
They
We rolling.
No, that Benz. I know that motherfucker.
Nice Benz with a
Like fuck everybody.
motherfucker.
The families. Huh?
Hey, that's your from last week. New York dude.
That is, hell yeah. He bumping some New York shit too. All right, we rolling. We rolling.
Yeah, we give all praises to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Ruach Kadash.
All right, double honor to the apostles that rule well. Salutations to all the brothers. Let's put the truth and sincerity. Right? Jeremy had just mentioned something before the camera started rolling. Had 3 niggas over here, 2 niggas and a girl smoking weed. Jeremy said, man, these niggas gotta die. All right, so we're gonna rock with that, you know. Anything a brother or sister say, we could bring a topic and bring a lesson for what you say. You know what I'm saying? So we're just gonna do it. Give me second Ezra. No, hold on. Give me second Ezra, please. Second Ezra, chapter 9. Chapter 8, starting at verse 50. Second Ezra, chapter 7. What do you feel like bringing out?
Second address 850. For many great misery shall be done to them, that in latter times shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride.
They have walked through, bro. You can walk through.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. You good. Yeah, what? Read that again.
For many misery shall be done to them that in latter times shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride.
Yeah, they have walked in great pride. Like our people, man, you can't tell them nothing, man. They think they know it all. And when we do have a crowd, all of a sudden they want to teach. All of a sudden they want to teach. We encounter that a lot in Trinidad. You know, all of a sudden they know it all. And they don't know shit. Right? Give me Second Chronicles. Second Chronicles 36.
Second Chronicles.
Say they despise the prophets. Or was it First Chronicles? It might be First Chronicles. You got it up?
No.
Okay. Yeah. You can go ahead they despise the prophets. Go ahead,
Continuing on, verse 52.
Go ahead,
For to you is paradise open, the tree of life is planted, the time to come is prepared.
What's the tree of life that's planted? This word. That's the tree of life. This right here is the tree of life that's been planted. How it been planted? By the prophets going on the highways and the byways. Right? Sowing this seed among our people. Right? We out here fishing for the elect. We're not out here fishing for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And then what? If everybody was to come to this truth, there won't be a what? 2/3 or 1/3. Everybody will make it in. You know, so there's a 1/3 that's going to be saved, 2/3 is going to be what? Eradicated. That's it.
Continuing on. Polonius is made ready.
So?
Huh?
What's that?
Polonius. Yeah. Plenteousness is made ready. A city is builded, and rest is allowed. Yea, perfect goodness and wisdom. The root of evil sealed up from you. Weakness in the mouth is hid from you. And corruption is fled into hell, to be forgotten. Sorrow are past, and the end is shewed the treasure of immortality.
Yeah, that's talking about kingdom. the treasure of mortality is what? Spiritual powers. That's a treasure of immortality, man. And that's what we would like to tap into. When you see the movie, I think it's Limitless. I forgot that dude's name, where he took a pill and his brain capacity was open. So guess what? He has spiritual powers. And I think Scarlett Johansson, she played Lucy, where her brain, everything was unlocked. You know, she has spiritual powers now. She was able to choose any kind of weapon just from her mind. And that's how we gonna be in the kingdom. You know, we ain't gonna be that supreme power as Yahweh, but yeah, we gonna have spiritual powers.
Arthur said she manipulated the elements where the bullets couldn't even touch you.
We're gonna be the next airbender where we could, you know, alter the elements, the weather. It's like Storm in X-Men. We're gonna have that power. Right? Oh, yes.
Yeah, the Second Chronicles 36 and 16. But they mocked the messengers of Yahweh.
Start at 14.
Nah. Second Chronicles 36 and 14. Moreover, all the chief of the priests and the people transgressed very much after all the abominations of the heathen.
And you notice it said chief priest. What is T.D. Jakes? He's considered a chief priest among the people. Reverend Al Sharpton, right? Jesse Ash Jackson, Creflo Dollar. These are the chief priests of our people. The scripture says what? They transgress. They celebrate Christmas. They celebrate Halloween. All these pagan holidays. They advocate. They push prosperity for the people. Prosperity doctrine, right? Also, the pastors is telling the people to go ahead and take the vaccine. Just like bitch ass General Gaines. How the hell you telling people to take the vaccine when that's full of poison? When they came out, the people that's vaccinated is the ones that's getting sick. So the vaccine ain't gonna save your ass. But Yahweh Shah said also, this is a faithful generation. This is a faithless generation, man. They turn to Esau for what? For their vaccination. I think that's going to help them during COVID-19, or now it's mutated to Delta variant. Right?
It says, after all the abominations of the heathen and polluted the house of the Lord, which he had hallowed in Jerusalem.
Yeah, they polluted the house of the Lord. How did he have, sometimes after church, they have dinner after church. They have pork dinners, pork roasts. They have collard greens with bacon in it. They polluted the church, man. And that's not talking about the churches in these different islands in Haiti, right? They eat turtle, they eat possums, and all types of abominable food, man. Not only that, the pastors teaching the women and say, you're not happy with your husband, go ahead and get another one. Go ahead and get another one. The scripture said they named after their neighbor's wife, according to Jeremiah 5. All right? So yeah, our people got to be destroyed, man, because they put trust and faith in Egypt, according to Isaiah 30:1-5. But the scripture said, Pharaoh is going to be your shame. You put in trust in Joe Biden. Joe Biden just came out and said all military employees or officials are going to have to take the vaccination. I saw that shit in Yahoo this morning. All military.
The federal government, period. Not even just the military. Even the ones that work in the office going to have to get that get slammed. Not even just the federal government. At the city government level, just last week, Brandon Scott said that the city employees are going to have to get the vaccination or be subjected to COVID testing. You know, people going to get tired of that, getting COVID tested once or twice a week. They're going to get that jab.
Yep.
Yeah. Verse 15. And the Lord,
Yeah, you gonna make a rap song out of that. Matter of fact, I think
He already
was
did.
that Cash Money Juvenile.
and
Girl, you look good once you fax that thing up.
People lost respect for him after that. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, the nigga Slim Thug, you know, online crying about losing show money because the unmaxed are a threat, but the government's saying that the maxed are a threat. So which is it? And then they got that movie ready to come out called Cellular by Stephen King with Matthew Cusick and Samuel Jackson, where the cellular technology triggered a response in the public, whereas though they react and act like zombies, man.
And that's what a coincidence. They run around putting these 5G towers up all over the place.
Yeah.
And what's the hardest thing with cell phone technology? 5G.
Now, I'm glad you mentioned that now because when you drive around Maryland, there's some trees that got dead leaves on it, and this is the heart of the summer.
I thought you was going to say that
Right.
they got 5G towers disguised as trees too.
That too.
Like you can look at look at where they're doing construction, and like if they're putting up a new building, on top of those buildings, it's got tons of 4 or 5 towers on
They
it.
got some.
You know, even buildings that you ain't noticed before, they done put fucking towers on top of
It's
it.
a 5G joint right there at the end of the block.
Right there at the end of the block. Yep.
So what's happening to the trees? Like you go to my neighborhood, man, there's dead leaves on the greenery trees.
Mine too.
Why? Years ago that ain't happened years ago. I'm seeing dead leaves on the ground in the park.
Shit, look at these little trees over there.
Yeah,
they
they're not
did.
even fully
They
green.
look thirsty.
But I could kind of understand that because that's concrete. Where
Yeah.
Bacall live and I live, it's kind of like open land. Like
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Right. Man, scripture.
Ezekiel 28:3. Yo, thou art wiser than Daniel.
Start at one.
Ezekiel 28 verse 1. The word of Yahweh came again unto me, saying,
So the word of Yahweh came onto Ezekiel. The word of Yahweh came to Amos. The word of Yahweh came to Hosea and these great men. Right? So we don't exclude none of the scriptures out because this is what? Inspiration of Yahweh. Using what? Hebrew Israelites to put it down on paper. Even Paul. So you going off and say Paul writing, it's not on point. Go ahead.
Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus,
Yeah, go ahead.
thus say Yahweh power. Behold, thy heart is lifted up. Thou hast
Yeah,
said,
Esau heart is lifted up. Joe Biden's coming full steam ahead, man. All federal employees, all military, gonna have to take the vaccination. And there's a lot of brothers and sisters that's against the vaccination in the military. Right? There's gonna be an uprise, according to what? 2 Ezra 15 and 16. There's gonna be an uprise. There's gonna be sedition among men. There's gonna be Egypt fighting against Egyptians, according to Isaiah 19. War is around the corner, man. Yeah, go ahead.
He said, Son of man, say unto the prince, oh, my bad. He said, and thou hast said, I am God. I sit in the seat of God in the midst of the seas.
Yeah, because this asshole is trying to depopulate the earth. Man, I drove around all over Maryland, man.
Yeah.
There's so much fucking land for everybody. Everybody. Hey, I'm seeing acres of land empty. But they said, hey, we got to depopulate the earth.
And it's so much land that you don't even gotta knock trees down to make a place for people, man. Man, the Native Americans had, they would pick certain areas where they would do things like that, but they wouldn't stay there to the point where they just ran the vegetation in the ground. They would move around to give that area a chance to replenish itself through the land sap.
Come on. Go ahead.
Says, in the midst of the seas, thou art a man, and not God.
Yeah, the Lord said, you're a man. You're not God. You're just a worm. You're just a worm. I always bring this out. When Marge found Mr. Burns butt naked coming out the shower, she was like, you the one that runs the nuclear facility? I'm just saying she had that look because he was calling the shots. He was a shot caller, but he was nothing but a worm, all shriveled up. Yeah, go ahead.
Says, though thou set thine heart as the heart of Yahweh,
Yeah, go ahead.
behold, thou art wiser than Daniel.
He's wiser than Danny to the left. Go ahead.
There is no secret that they can hide from
Uh-huh.
thee. With thy wisdom and with thy understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches,
Uh-huh.
and hast gotten silver and gold into thy treasure.
Yeah, you got silver and gold through what? Through that treasure. Right? Every country you conquered, you take their resources, right? With Alexander the Greek, the freak, when he was conquering these other nations, he took one of the important resources, their books. They had a big library over there in Alexandria where Hebrew Israelites used to go to get education, right? They took all the resources from the other nations, their books. And what's the most important resource today? The King James Bible. But niggas refuse to open that book. Niggas refuse to open this book. But they quick to go to the club. They quick to commit adultery. They quick to be fucking lesbians and faggots. Yeah, go ahead.
I guess I give you one more verse. But by thy great wisdom,
By that what?
great wisdom,
Uh-huh.
and by thy traffic has thou increased thy riches.
Yeah, traffic. What's the number one traffic? Drugs. Drugs. Drugs and what? And weapons. When you go to East Baltimore, there's nothing but drugs and guns. Who's doing that? Esau.
You got human trafficking as well. That's
Human
real
trafficking.
big now.
Yup. Yeah, I saw a beginning of a movie yesterday when it was trafficking girls, man. And them Arabs over there in Dubai was buying Israelite sisters, man. They were about 12 and 14 years old, man. I was fucking hot.
Hey, Dubai, they trafficking a lot of boys over there because them Arabs,
Yeah, exactly.
they go over there to be, to do homosexual shit. Because a lot of them Arabs, man, they can't fight. They ain't really got no strength. They faggots. And all they got is they wealth, man. If they family come from a wealthy stock, other than that, what have an Arab really contributed other than
Slave trade.
slave trade, man?
They showed that in that movie. I believe it was The Second Taken, when his daughter went on
Oh, yeah.
vacation
Oh,
over
yes.
in another country,
Yes.
and they grabbed her. They seen her coming through the airport, watched her, grabbed her, and they put her ass on a big ass yacht that was about to auction her off. It wasn't nothing in there but them herbs.
Yeah. We're still doing that butt breaking to this very day, man. Yeah, go ahead.
That was fun.
Verse, back to 2 Chronicles 36 and 16.
There we go.
But they mocked the message, 15, verse 15.
All right, go ahead.
And the Lord Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, power of their fathers, sent to them by his messengers, rising up betimes and sending, because he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place.
That's how you know we're the prophet of the Lord, right? We wake up at times, early, or it depends on brother's work schedule. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes in the afternoon, So, yeah, we are the prophet of the Lord because we fit that description right there.
We rising early now before that day of judgment comes.
Mm-hmm.
We warning the people early, because what good is a watchman if he late on the job? Verse 6.
And right now, man, I'm scared of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man. That's that righteous fear we have for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Got my cousins calling me, yo, come over here, come to this state, come to the... Man, fuck y'all, man. I ain't got time for y'all niggas. I seen y'all niggas already. Since I came from Trinidad, I spent time with y'all. Man, it's time to spend time in this word and be with the Akim, man. That's that holy convocation, man. Yeah, go ahead, man.
Verse 16, but they mocked the messengers of Yahweh
Uh-huh.
and despised his words.
They despise his words. We had brothers got spit on. I got spit on in Trinidad. I had people threw water bottles at me, at us, I should say. I had a brother that I thought 8-inch block on top of my head. But Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua intervened. We have nothing but pure hatred out there in Trinidad. And brothers in the different states and countries. You get hate towards your people, right? And we're just giving them a good message. Hey, you're the chosen man and woman of God, of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. But they concerned about everybody else, huh?
That's it.
What about the white man? What about the East Indian? Fuck them, worry about yourself. Because these heathens, they don't give a damn about us. They care about our what? Our pocket, the money we got in our pockets. That's what they care about. They don't give a shit about you. Even Michael Jackson said, they don't give a damn about us.
And misused his prophets
Uh-huh.
until the wrath of the Lord arose against his people till there was no remedy.
Yeah, they misused the prophet until what?
Till there was no remedy.
Until there was no remedy. What happened during Noah? Wasn't Noah out there preaching and warning the people? Yeah, after a while, there was what? No remedy. They closed what? Noah's Ark, didn't it? Yahweh Shem Yahshua had to seal that on his own, because if it was up to Noah, he would have opened the door.
And that was the only remedy for them niggas, man.
Death.
To kill them off, man. And that's the only remedy coming today.
Yup. That's the only fucking remedy today is death. Because these niggas is wicked. I had pastors trying to convince me to take the fucking vaccine. Trying to convince me through the whole 20-minute rant. This is why you should take it.
Act like they was in a lab and they seen it, like, they made it themselves.
Like here locally, right? I was listening to local sports, and every show they had chime in on Lamar getting the vaccination. Oh, you know, the vaccine. And then people calling up saying why they shouldn't, and they shooting it down. But these media personnel, they are paid to do a job of the elite, man. You know, and I hope, you know what? I hope Lamar don't get the vaccination. I hope he gets to the point where he don't even play this year and see how these niggas take that. You know, all these motherfuckers so hell bent on getting the vaccination, and they ain't even did no study of it themselves. They just, what that lady say? I ain't gonna ask what's in it. I'm gonna stick my arm out, and I ain't gonna just hit me with it. So hey, man, hopefully it stay dormant in your body, so they turn that switch on for that 5G to turn your ass into goddamn monsters.
Lights out, niggas.
And what's that? The baby, I think his name is the baby. He came out and spoke against some faggots.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Had to apologize and shit.
Yeah, they dropped him. What's that? Lampalooza or some shit like that. A big concert. They dropped him. People dropped him left and right. You know, hey, he was right though. Fuck these faggots, man.
And so you know what comes after that?
What?
You know, he gonna get dragged through the mud for a while, and he gonna have to go do something humiliating.
Yup.
And then he be back in the limelight.
They might have to give him a run.
Him and Lil Nas X gonna do a song together.
They gonna, and that's perfect.
Yup.
Do a song together and sit on his lap and some shit.
Nah, with the baby, it's like I don't
Y'all can walk through.
Go ahead, go ahead, man.
It's okay? Okay.
I don't need the baby. You don't seem like one of those guys.
I ain't think he would apologize.
Hey, I ain't think he would apologize neither.
He was losing that money.
If he want that fame and fortune,
Yeah.
when your mind is totally consumed in making it here in Babylon, you gonna be willing to do anything when you saw God in front of you. He might not even do something for face value. He might do something behind closed doors, and the next thing you know, he back out the limelight.
Just like that bitch ass Nick Cannon.
Oh, that's
He.
And watch when this wildin' out shit come out, this shit gonna be whack. It ain't gonna be like it was. This shit gonna be whack. Watch.
Exodus 22, verse 28.
I've been against that one.
Exodus 22.
You say you bet against it? You don't think it's gonna be whack? Okay. Oh, the baby.
You're talking about the baby, right?
No, I'm saying you wildin' out, that shit gonna be whack.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because they misuse the prophets, right? They abuse the prophets. But what Yahweh Shemeshah said in the law? Go ahead, Exodus 22, verse 28. What he said in the law?
It's Exodus chapter 22 and verse 28.
Thou
shalt not
go ahead.
revile the gods,
Revile the gods, that's what we are. We are gods. Go ahead.
nor curse the ruler of thy people.
And nor curse the ruler of that people. And that's what these niggas do to us. So look at these niggas with bed sheets. Look at these niggas. What the hell they doing out there with bed sheets? You know? Yeah, that's the law. You came against the law. Thou shalt not what? Revile against the gods. All the rulers of that people. That's a sin on his own. We have family members talk about us. That's what they say. They're going on.
The definition of that word revile is to make despicable, to curse, to make light, to treat with contempt, bring contempt or dishonor.
Yeah, you bring contempt upon yourself and dishonor when you speak evil against us.
Yeah. And that's what they're doing against us. You know, speaking light, making us lighter than what we are. You know, that word don't mean nothing. People, they've been saying this for years. But now as the prophets actually showing themselves, so now what?
You went in Matthew 13:57.
I think I'm not that much.
Oh, I'm still holding on to that 7 X.
He said he wanted in Matthew 13:57.
Oh yeah,
said unto them, a prophet is not without honor.
They said what?
A prophet is not without honor,
Different scripture, right?
save in his own country and in his own house.
You try to, break these scriptures down to your family members. They ain't gonna try to hear you. But they know you as little such and such, little such and such. Like, who the hell is this nigga telling me? You know what I'm saying?
Tony's son,
You know
shut
what
up.
I'm saying? Like, who the hell is this?
Just like how they was with that Outkast album.
Mhm.
Man, first them niggas aliens. Now they this. First he was Muslim. Then he was Christian. Now he is Israelite.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, whatever, nigga.
Yeah. But most likely, when you run into Israelites, there's no turning back, unless you can't crept unaware. Unless you're not really the chosen man of Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua, then he'll put a Muslim doctrine in your head because you was never his in the very beginning. But for most part, when you come into this knowledge, you don't turn back. Right? Right.
Luke 4:24.
Or go to a different religion. How the fuck you gonna come to the Hebrew Israelite and go back to Roman Catholic?
We say you go back to your own vomit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Luke 4:24, and he
Go.
said, verily I say unto you,
Yeah, go ahead.
no prophet is accepted in his own country.
That's right. No prophets accepted in his own country. They ain't gonna listen to you. All right? They knew you as that little snotty ass nose kid. All right? Go ahead.
Second Esdras 8:55.
Yes, sir.
And therefore ask thou no more. It's a lot there. And therefore ask thou no more questions concerning the multitude of them that perish. For when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High. Thou scorn of his love and forsook his ways.
Yeah, they scorn the law. But no, when you first got in this truth, when you told your family member about don't eat crabs and shrimp, what they did?
Shit. When? Still
they did.
is. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I've been here 72 years, and they ain't did nothing to me yet.
So what's that? They scorn the law.
Yeah.
They scorn the law. Right? Good.
Continuing on. Moreover, they had trodden down his righteousness. His righteous.
Yeah, they trotting us down spiritually. They ain't kill us, but they trotting us down spiritually. Right? They talk about our backs. I know my older sister, she was talking bad about behind my back. The Spirit revealed that to me. And guess what happened to her? Guess what happened to her? She had a stroke in her head. Man. 4 strokes in her head. Man. Lord took her out. Right? Lord took my mother out.
Precept according to what our Lord just said. Ecclesiastes 8:11, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. So because you ain't being judged right away, or I've been raised on, you've been raised on it too. You've been eating pork all this time, we good. Or just because the Lord ain't judging you right then and there, don't mean you ain't gonna get judged. You're gonna suffer to live. You're gonna suffer a little. You're gonna suffer you to continue in your wickedness. Verse 12 says, though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear Yahweh, which fear before him, but it shall not be well with the wicked.
It says it's going to be well with them that fear Yahweh. So that's why we ain't worried about nothing. We come out here because of that 4-letter word is what? Fear. We fear. We fear Yahweh Shem Yahshua. That's why we come out here. That's why we do cigar videos when we get a chance to. Because of what? Of that fear. That's why we don't eat pork and we not in the long line of the crab house. Because what? We fear Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua. That's why we don't commit adultery. Because what? We fear Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge.
That's right.
And without it, you lost in the sauce, man.
Lost in the sauce.
But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither
Ain't gonna
shall
be well with the wicked. Ain't gonna be well without family members. Ain't gonna be well with these motherfuckers that's on a long line waiting for the vaccine. Man, that line is long. Waiting for the fucking vaccine. Ain't gonna be well with these niggas, man. They had an article that said in 2 years' time, after they receive the vaccine, the niggas gonna be start dropping dead, man. have Psalms 91 on deck. There's gonna be dead bodies out here in the street. Go ahead, man.
Why you think these trains bringing in these FEMA caskets, man? Those body-sized totes.
Yeah, they
Why
got
you think
some
that's
that think you can fit up to 5 bodies in it.
What?
Preserve on casket space, man. So they gonna pile y'all niggas up into a can no more and throw y'all niggas in the dirt, man.
They could put 4 to 5 bodies in one casket. That's how
Them big
deep
ass,
they are.
yeah, them big
Yeah,
ass
totes.
FEMA totes.
Yeah.
FEMA totes.
When I first came to True, brothers was making videos about that. They got a lot of them in Texas.
Hey, remember they found that? I think that's where it was at. They found a
Texas,
field of it,
Yep.
just piled up, waiting.
Yep.
It says, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before Yahweh. Verse 13, Ecclesiastes 8:13. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before Yahweh.
Because he don't fear Yahweh. Hashem Yahushua. So the Most High will extend his days on earth. The Most High going to take them out.
Hey, you know how that would be? I don't even want to imagine that, but when you're growing old to 100, the Lord lets you become 100 years old, eating your pork, your shrimp, and being rebellious, smoking your cigarettes, and then have you be killed at 100, the judgment go thrown in a concentration camp and be tortured at 100 years old. The scriptures say he don't care or show a mercy towards the old or young. So you,
Salaga, the truth, you walk them in, they can't even really walk, they gonna be kicking them down.
Mr. Burns,
Gun button them. So you can't move, your knee don't work.
and then release the hounds on him. You know, hey man.
Romans, the so-called white man, they don't have to be against what the brother said against the elders. They really don't. All right, who's reading?
I had a scripture when you was talking about it, family members were talking against you. Matthew 10 verse 36. And a man's foe shall be they of his own
A
household.
man what?
A man's foe shall be they of his own
A
household.
man foes, man enemy is going to be of his own household. Brothers and sisters, all right? They're going to come against you. Your aunties, your uncles, they're going to come against you. They're going to sell you out at the end. Oh man, this nigga ain't taking no vaccine. This nigga right here, officer.
He knew who we were. He said something. Yeah, they didn't. I don't know if he was scoffing or not, but I heard.
Yeah, I think this is
That light skin dude might be a 10.
Yeah.
That might be a 10.
The light skin with the father and son.
Talking
Look
like
like
Ram Man.
who?
Ram Man.
Oh shit. He did look like oh shit. But yeah, I just picked
I
up.
forgot about Ram, man.
Yeah, right. All I picked up was I seen him laughing and he said, "What, the Hebrew Israelites?" But I didn't really hear what he was talking.
Go ahead,
All right, this is verse 58. It said in their heart that there is no God. Yeah, and they're knowing that they must die.
Yeah, knowing that they must die. Because what? They despise the law of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. These niggas want to do what they want to do. They don't want to do what Yahweh Bashem Yahushua tell them to do, which is a really simple way Yahweh instructed us to do, right? The ordinance that he gave us, the covenant that he gave us, it's not really that hard.
Did you say the simplicity in Yahushua?
Well,
Got a scripture.
go ahead.
Proverbs 8:36.
Go ahead.
He that sinned against me wrongeth his own soul.
Go ahead.
All they that hate me love death.
All of them that hate Yahweh Bashem Yahushua love death. Give me Proverbs 13:13. All right? Because they despise the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
Oh, yeah, this is the one I
The Lord said, don't do this, don't do it. There's a reason why the Lord tell you not to do it. There's a reason. All right, go ahead.
Proverbs 13:13.
Yeah, go ahead.
Whoso despises the word shall be destroyed.
He that despises the word shall what?
Be destroyed.
That's right. Like you tell your son or daughter, whatever, your nephew or your niece, no, stay away from that fire. That stuff is hot. And they end up touching it, what's going to happen? They're going to get burned. Right? You keep consuming pork, crabs. I'm just saying, pork is a quick example. What happens if you keep consuming pork? You're going to get all types of worms. Worms produce what? Tumors. Tumors is equivalent to what? Inflammation in the body. Stay away from it. It's the reason why the Lord say stay away from it. But y'all so concerned about your taste buds You got flesh. Oh man, pork chops taste good. I can't stay away from my pork.
I mean, my boy. You know, them heathens, they can eat that shit forever. It won't be
Yeah,
affected.
it won't be
It
affected.
affect us long term and short term because we ain't supposed to be eating.
Yeah.
That's part of the repercussion from being disobedient, man.
There's a sign in my fucking car say don't eat, don't drink. So the first stop I took with this young lady, her first stop was what? Burger King. The bitch got 4 sausage and egg and cheese sandwich.
Dang.
She barfed that shit down real fucking
All
quick
in the
in
car?
backseat. All in my cars.
That's why I do.
Right?
Go to Bewitch. Bewitch, go to work too.
Oh, yeah, guess what her job was? McDonald's.
She was eating
From
Burger
Burger
King.
King, she ordered 4 sausages, egg and cheese, killed that shit, left crumbs in my backseat. And guess what? I ended up taking the fat bitch to McDonald's. And guess what? She probably ate there too.
Yeah.
Of course.
Because she didn't want to eat in front of the employees.
Yeah.
Nah, she be eating those fries.
This ain't enough. Nuggets.
Yeah.
This ain't enough. I don't like McDonald's breakfast.
Hey,
Imagine I look at you doing the frying pan.
hey, right? Aki, when you eat that food, in an hour time, you hungry again?
Yeah.
You hungry again.
15 minutes, you got shit.
Yeah. And Chinese food, when you eat Chinese food, an hour again, you hungry again.
Vetsin,
MSG.
they call it Vetsin.
Yeah.
And what their name for it is Vetsin.
Vetsin.
Yeah, they be in a, you could buy it in a like Caribbean store. Be that white.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so Vincent is similar to MSG.
It's the same thing. It's just a different.
It is the model sodium glutamate.
Precept, yeah, kind of. This is 2nd Ezra 9 and 10. For such as in their life have received, I'm gonna start at 9. Then shall they be in a pitiful case.
They're going to be in a pitiful case.
Which now has-
Concentration camp. Because now they're saying whoever don't take the vaccine is going to be what? Harsh law or harsh punishment towards the ones that haven't taken the vaccine. Right? This is going back to what? Draconian law?
Yep.
Draconian law. Draconian means what? Harsh. Strict.
Which now have abused my ways,
Uh-huh.
and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me,
Benefits such as what? EBT cards. Not only that, 401k plan, right? Benefits of high salaries. You know, you got a lot of black bitches in the federal. You got a lot of black bitches in the federal, in the government, right? Either they're gonna take the vaccine or not. A lot of them gonna lose their jobs. Some of them is against the vaccine.
You think they ain't gonna take that vaccine?
I say some. Yeah.
I know.
But most.
Majority, because they gonna still want those them treats. They gonna still want to get their hair done. They gonna still want their Brazilian waxes. They gonna still want to go to the club. They still gonna want pop bottles. Have the bottle girls come on. That's all that shit is in vanity though.
Just like the baby.
yeah, that's right.
Just like the baby.
And nigga gonna miss the club, he hurts with bottles. He gonna say, you know what? Where do I bend over at? He gonna bend right over to continue to take those benefits, man.
Yeah, on the comment board it said, or the baby shit I gave those brothers, a young man some money for that candy. I know he was trying to teach him a lesson. And that's what they said in the comment board. Yeah, you should have gave him some money. That's why these things is happening with the baby.
They tried to game him.
They tried to play him.
And he told him a valuable
He
lesson.
was gonna give them cash, and they was being honest.
Just to be honest.
They was lying to him, so he just.
Did him dirty.
Like nobody don't know how to count. Yeah, 36 times 1 ain't no goddamn 200. The hell?
It's it's a little bit more. It says, and they that have loathed my law,
Those that lost my law, despise the law. Go ahead.
while they had yet liberty,
While they yet had liberty, go ahead.
and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain. And
Yeah. So pain got to come their way. And wasn't the ultimate pain that gonna come? Hot fire. Got hot fire, man. It's going to disintegrate you, man. Right? The ICBMs. So if you need pain, you need death. 2/3 of our people need death, man. ASAP. They need it.
And therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, and for whom the world is created. Then answered I and said, I have said before, and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them that which perish than of them which shall be saved, like as a wave is greater than a drop.
Yeah. You know, and these niggas ain't worrying about the scriptures. Niggas worrying about verse battles with Locks and who else? Locks. Dipset. That's what these niggas worrying about. Oh man, you saw that battle? I can't be like, oh man, did you read the scripture? Oh man, you saw that battle? My man, what's his name? Jadakiss killed it. He killed it.
Killed it by himself.
Man, he took the whole team out, bro.
Yeah, he killed it. He killed it, and guess what? He gonna kill it. He gonna probably gonna perform again when the missiles come.
Yeah, because he want Jada kiss that missile.
Let's see if he.
Yeah, that's real, huh? They got a missile with his name on it, bro. Right,
That's
all
right.
in his ass. I was shimmy us. I said, kiss this, nigga.
Kiss the game goodbye now.
What they say, roll that shit like that shit smoke.
Yeah, that's it.
It's like 14.
15.
Jeremiah 8:3.
Go ahead.
And death shall be chosen rather than life.
It's like death. That's what's going on. These niggas choose death rather than life. You know, you could just ride around. You can see niggas chose death. You got a fat bitch over there with spandex. Right? Go ahead.
By all the residue of them that remain of this evil family.
What?
By all the residue of them that remain.
Remain with his family. Go ahead.
Yeah, evil family, which remain in the places where I have driven them, saying, "Oh,
Yeah, he driven us to what? America. He driven us to Guyana, Trinidad, the Netherlands, Germany, right? Great Britain, all over. Right? That's where he driven us to because what? We broke the law, statute, commandments. Right? Now is the time to get in our culture. Right? To get into our inheritance. Right? It was discontinued at one time. Now brothers and sisters waking up all over the world. And fuck that BLM movement. Fuck that. We ain't black, we different shades of brown. Alright? Black lives matter. Fuck it. Fuck that, man. Black lives doesn't matter. Alright? The elect lives matter.
Right.
You got something? You got something?
nah,
You finish
I
that
read
out.
my scripture, Jeremiah 8:3.
I know you finish that up.
Verse 59.
Uh-huh.
So that's the thing.
We in 2nd Ezra chapter 8, verse 59.
It's verse 59. For as things aforesaid shall receive you, so thirst and pain are prepared for them.
Damn, man. It said thirst and pain. I'm prepared for these niggas. Thirst and pain, that's what concentration camp, right? I noticed they shut down some Walmarts. You think that Walmart is there just for food? For your bikes and weights and your accessories? Get the fuck out of here. A lot of bodies gonna be in them Walmarts, man. Right? A lot of bodies gonna be in Costco and BJ's.
Yeah, you got Amazon putting warehouses up everywhere.
Oh, man,
And-
Amazon.
And guess what's going to happen when they clear them bitches out? They going to make room for y'all.
That's
niggas.
right. You
And
work
a
at
lot of-
Amazon, you gonna die in Amazon.
Yeah, and a lot of them built near train tracks.
Yup. Oh yeah, that's right. Well, go ahead, all right.
Continuing on.
Mm-hmm.
For it was not his will that men should come to naught.
Yeah, that wasn't Yahweh Shem Yahshua purpose to come to naught. The Most High said he doesn't take pleasure in death, according to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 1. Right? It wasn't meant to be. But according to Jeremiah 6, Genesis 6, sin came in play, and guess what? The Most High brought death and shortened men's lives. We was living up to what? 869, almost 900 years, man. But since great evil took over the earth, the Most High shortened many years. Go ahead,
It's verse 60. But they which be created have defiled the name of him that made them.
Yeah. They defile Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man. Nah, man, his name ain't no Yahweh. His name is Yahweh. No, his name is Jesus Christ. That's his name. And y'all niggas that's supposed to be the true Israelites, y'all supposed to magnify his name. Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua, man. That's why a lot of Most High gonna kill a lot of these elders of Israel, man. Most High gonna kill a lot of these elders of Israel, man. Because you saying, nah, it's Jesus Christ. Nobody don't know the Most High real name. If you don't know the real name, that means you ain't gonna get salvation. Because there's only salvation in one name. Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua. So you fucked. You out there with garments, man. Purple garments. His name is Christ.
Black
Wow.
garments, black shades,
Mm-hmm.
glorious, beautiful garments. It don't matter. All y'all niggas in the definition repent, man.
Because really and truly, their doctrine is tainted.
Yeah.
Because I can make you a badass suit. I can make you a badass oxtail suit, chicken suit. But if there's one fly landing in your suit, fuck the whole suit up. You ain't gonna want to put that shit in your mouth.
Yeah, that's a scripture.
Right? That's some of the Proverbs.
Ain't
Right.
about to fly no way.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes.
All right, they had a episode of Sesame Street. I love that episode. When Grovo, he was a waiter, and he was serving a bald-headed purple man, right? He said, "There's a fly in my suit. There's a fly in my suit. Come in, come in." You remember that?
Yep.
That's classic. Because once a fly go in your soup, the soup is contaminated.
Yep.
You can put basil, oregano, you can put all types of. Once a fly land in that, a fly land in your soup, you might as well get rid of it. Just like a doctrine. You preaching that the Negroes and the Latinos are the Hebrew Israelite, but then you pushing and magnifying Jesus Christ. You taking this backwards. You digressing the people. You're not progressing the people. Yeah, go ahead. Can you find it?
Oh, wait.
Is it Proverbs? What? Is it Proverbs 30 verse 8?
When it says dead flies cause
I know it's number one verse though. Go ahead.
I got it.
Got it?
Ecclesiastes 10:1.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm at. I thought that was in the one though.
Well, you got it.
All right.
Which one?
I was way off on that one.
Yeah, Ecclesiastes 10:1. Dead flies cause the ointment.
It said dead flies cause what?
The ointment of the apothecary to send forth a stinking savor. So doth a little folly.
But back then, brothers and sisters used to make their own balm, their own ointment. You know what I'm saying? But once a fly land in that ointment, it's all fucked up. As they process it, as they, prepare it.
You watch a fly, man. That thing will land on the dead body, and land on shit. You know.
They have maggots too.
You see a large presence of flies. That's an unclean area, man. A lot of times, there's a lot of demonic activity going on.
That's true. Like when you see like scary movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, be it flies in the ring.
Fly coming out of a woman's mouth.
Yeah. Oh, what was that?
I forgot. But I know it's
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. And then a fly came out the bitch eye.
Yeah.
They're Japanese, huh? I can't remember.
Nah. I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Go ahead. You make your point.
All right, this is verse 60. Second Ezra chapter 8, verse 60. But they which be created have defiled the name of him that made them, and were unthankful unto him which prepared life for them. And therefore is my judgment now at hand. These things have I not shewed to all men, but unto thee, and a few like thee. Then answered I.
Yeah, he didn't show this truth to all men. He showed it to the prophets, the apostles, and the apostles teach. The prophets taught us, right? But this knowledge, right, is not given to all men. I said that in earlier of this lesson that not everybody gonna be saved. Not everybody gonna be saved. Just the 1/3. All right? 1/3 of a pie is not really that much. Right?
You said Amos what?
3:7?
It's Amos chapter 3 and verse 7.
Yeah, go ahead. Just the back of what I know I just read.
It says, surely the Lord Yahweh
Uh-huh.
will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret
Secrets.
unto his servants, the prophets.
Servants the prophets. All right? So he revealed his knowledge to the servants the prophets, man. Not to everybody. Man, that means Yahweh loves you. He loves you, man. And he only showed it to you from all your family members. Wow. That's deep. That's deep. You know, and when you try to teach your family members, they can't grasp it at all. You know, his name is Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. You know, when you go into the law, when you go into John 3:16, you know, you're trying to break this down to your family. They just can't fucking get it. Because your family member is on the other side of the pie. They're 2/3 pie.
That large portion.
The large portion, yeah?
Precept. 2 Timothy 2.
Matthew 7.
2 Timothy 2 and 2. And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men, who shall be able to teach others also.
Yeah, shall teach others also. So apostles taught us, and we went out in the highways and byways trying to teach other men. Right? Hey, but that door is closing though. There's going to be a famine of the word real soon, man. Because Esau, see that now? Revelation 12:12. Yeah, let's get that one. Revelation 12:12.
It's Revelation one now. It's Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12.
Yeah, go ahead.
Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them.
It said, therefore rejoice ye heavens. Go ahead.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth
It said, woe to the inhabitants, Israelites of the earth. Go ahead.
and of the sea,
Of the sea. Go ahead.
for the devil is come down unto you having
the-
great wrath.
The devil will come on to you having great wrath. That vaccination is great wrath. His laws and his decrees is what? Is great wrath. Right?
Because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
This motherfucker know he got a short time, man. Esau knows he have a short time, man. You know? And Joe Biden, he's doing a great job. Right after Donald Trump. He's doing a great job. Joe Biden. Doing a great job. Him and that bitch ass Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris said, I got my vaccination. Yeah, it just sting a little bit. But all of y'all should go ahead and receive and get your vaccine. Why are they so persistent and animate of pushing this vaccine towards our people? Why? We've been on the earth for what, over 40 something years. The swine flu, they didn't push that vaccine like that. The regular flu, they didn't push a vaccine like that. Why this one is so different from all the other vaccines? Why? Because it is, or is it leading to the chip, the RFID chip, right? All right, it could be what? Nanotechnology. With certain boosters that's coming into your body, it could accumulate and form a what? A RFID chip.
Oh shit, they just
It
started.
showed you in that movie Iron Man when he had the nanotechnology suit.
Yep. They just started to say that later on. People that was vaccinated got to get booster shots down the line
Yeah,
to continue to keep that shot going.
yeah. Because a whole RFID chip is not going to be in one vaccine shot. It's going to have to be a numerous or influx of vaccine shots to form maybe a RFID chip, man. Esau is coming. We read that earlier. The brother read that earlier. And what Ezekiel 28, 1-3. He is more what? Wiser than Daniel. This dude is wise. Even though the Albert Shah gave him that technology. Right? You got something?
When you told me to hold the straight gate.
Yeah, go ahead.
Matthew 7 verse 13.
Yeah, go ahead.
Enter ye in at the straight gate.
It said, enter ye at the straight gate. Go ahead.
For wide is the gate,
So wide is the gate,
and broad is the way
and broad is the way.
that lead to destruction, and
Uh-huh.
many be which go in thereat.
Yeah, there's a lot of Roman Catholic church, Pentecostal church. There's a lot of Muslim church. There's a lot. That's the broad way. Right? Straight is the difficulty. Right? Only one brother is supposed to go down One at a time, according to what the Apocrypha. I can't remember the scripture. One brother going one at a time. Go ahead.
They lead the way to the broad gate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm joking about the two dikes,
Oh,
mammoth dikes.
Go ahead,
It's 2nd Address 862.
Right.
These things have I not shewed unto all men, but unto thee and a few like thee. Then answered I and said, Behold, O Lord, now hast thou shewed me the multitude of wonders, which thou wilt begin to do in the last times. But at what time? Thou hast not shewed me.
Yeah, that goes with Matthew 13, verse 32. We don't know a day or hour, right? Right. We don't know a day or hour. Only the house of this guy knows that. Yeah, can you do the 2nd Ezra 7? 2nd Ezra 7, 20 through 24. All right. Your brother got preaching. Bring him out.
Second Ezra 7 verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
For there be many that perish in this life.
There's going to be many that's going to perish in this life. A lot of motherfuckers die. Someone get Psalms 91 on deck too. Go ahead, son.
Brother.
All right.
Right.
Go ahead.
There be many that have perished in this life.
There'll be many going to perish in this life. Go ahead.
Because they despise the law of Yahweh
Despise the law of Yahweh. Go ahead.
that is set before them.
Uh-huh.
Yahweh had given straight commandment to such as came.
They said what?
Yahweh had given straight
Yeah,
commandment.
these are straight commandments. It's so straight up. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do this. Right? Just the summarization of the law, the 10 laws. Niggas can't even do that. And it's so simple. Yeah, go ahead.
What they should do to live, even as they came,
Uh-huh.
and what they should observe to avoid punishment.
Mm-hmm.
Nevertheless, they were not obedient to him, but spake against him and imagined vain things.
Imagine what?
Vain things.
Imagine vain things. Go ahead.
And despised themselves by their wicked deeds.
Uh-huh.
They said of the Most High that he is not, and do not his ways.
Mm-hmm.
But his law they have despised, and denied his covenants. And his statutes have they not been faithful,
Mm.
and have not performed his works.
They have not performed his works. Right?
I had something about the vaccinations.
Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 16.
Uh-huh.
Then said I, wisdom is better than
They
strength.
say wisdom is better than strength. Go ahead.
Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is
It's
despised,
despised. Go ahead.
and his words are not heard.
Yeah, their words are not heard. Let's be dressed like that. Look like them. All right?
Verse 17.
They despise. If we had a three-piece suit over here like TD Jakes, they don't listen to us. So we out here normal with some slippers, sandals, or whatever the case might be. They don't want to listen to us. Because we look like that. All right? Go
The
ahead.
words of wise men are heard in quiet, more than the cry of him that ruleth among fools. Wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroyeth much good. So yeah, man, words of wisdom are heard in the quiet, more than the cry of him that ruleth among fools. So we could be out here, prophesying to the top of our lungs, man, and many won't get it. You're gonna have one that might get it, and that's a day's work. You might be fishing for hours, days at a time. You don't catch nothing, and then you catch a few, and then that's what it is, man. A little small sanctuary that he did.
That's how it is. When we first got to Trinidad that first year, man, it was tough. That first year. And after a while, man, one came in, then another, then another brother came in. Now, look, in Trinidad, there's 4 churches in Trinidad. 4 churches in Trinidad, man. And that word is spreading like fire in Trinidad, man. Yeah. Now, one of my brothers in Trinidad sent me a video. He got an East Indian, because a lot of them run businesses out there. They run the warehouse in Trinidad. The East Indian came out and said, you know what? It's your choice if you don't take the vaccine. But there's going to be consequences. I'm going to send a video to the hospital. There's going to be consequences if you don't take the vaccine. One of the consequences is that we're going to take your bonuses away. Wow. We're going to take your bonuses away. We're going to take your Christmas bonuses away. an East Indian, a coolie, a red dot bastard is saying this to the employee. So you hear on the video, you hearing the Jakes in the background. I ain't taking that shit. I ain't taking that shit. You know? And the East Indian, the CEO of the company said, yeah, you lucky you don't got it so far. One of the Jakes said, what luck got to do with this? What luck got to do with this? All right? So yeah, man. So these CEO East Indians coming hard against the Jakes out there in Trinidad, man. Tell her, you don't got to take the vaccine, but we're going to take your purpose away. Wow. So it's like you really saying, hey, y'all really got to take the vaccine, right?
Since wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroys much good. So, you know, the weapons of our warfare are gone. This wisdom is more wiser than any weapon that Esau can throw at us. You know, with your machinations, you know, your different planes that you're investing in, your nuclear ships to ship those planes out to do war, your newly created weapons, you know, direct energy. This wisdom is far more greater than that, man.
Yeah, because when martial law come out, even Tahar said when I first came in, he said, man, don't get involved with those riots. You know, don't partake in those riots. You know, just be cool. Let those scriptures lead the way, pretty much. Right? You know, when all hell break loose, you're gonna be breaking glasses and shit, taking shit from 7-Eleven and what's that Royal Farm? Now you ain't gonna do no shit like that. We gonna wait upon our power. That's Elijah waiting on Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua. Then he sent a raven. He sent food using a raven. Then he lead them to the brooks to drink some water. That's how we gonna be. We're gonna put our trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua. If you partake with these 2/3 niggas, that means you're not a man of the Lord. Right? We emptying our bank accounts to get cans of beans and canned goods, stocking up our basement with food. That means you really don't have faith and trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua. If you're taking matters into your own hands. That's something?
It's Psalm 91.
Oh yeah, Psalm 91.
Start at verse what?
Start at 1 if you want.
Psalms 91:1. He that dwelleth in secret places of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
Yeah, what's the shadow of the Almighty, right? The shadow of the Almighty is what? This knowledge right here. This is the shadow of the Almighty. Go ahead, Al.
Verse 2. I will say of the Lord Yahweh.
Proverbs 27, verse 12. Proverbs 27, verse 12.
Let me stop.
Verse 27:12.
Yeah, go ahead.
A prudent man foreseeth the evil.
A prudent man see for what?
Foreseeth the evil.
Yeah, we foresee the evil is about to come. You know, not these niggas. Not these niggas. These niggas think we got another 20, 30 years. We foresee the evil that's about to come. Go ahead.
And hideth himself.
Yeah, and hiding himself.
But the simple pass on and
The simple pass on. Go ahead.
are punished.
They're going to be punished. That's that 2/3. 2/3 is going to be punished. Go ahead, Armand.
Psalms 91 and verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
I will say of the Lord Yahweh, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God. In Him will I trust.
That's right. Go ahead.
Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler
Mm-hmm.
and from the noisome pestilence.
Yeah, the fowlers could be the missiles. The pestilence could be, what's that? COVID-19, right? The disease, the pestilence, the bubonic plague that's upon the earth. Most High, we're gonna pass over that. Man. That shit ain't gonna touch us. And if it does, guess what? We're gonna use Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua medicine for us to get cured. We ain't gonna run from them fucking vaccine. Go ahead.
Verse 4. He shall cover thee with his feathers under his wings. Shall thou trust his truth? Shall be thou shield and buckler.
The feather under his wing could be what? A chariot. Give me that hit. Psalm 68, verse 1. All right? Because once we in the chariot, we're going to see America what? It's going to look like it's made with fire, right? We're going to see down. So we're going to be all praising Yahweh. Hallelujah. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. We're going to give him praise. All right? Go ahead.
Psalm 68 verse 1.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let Yahweh arise. Let his enemies be scattered. Let them also that hate him flee before him.
Is this somewhere at 11? 10 or 11 of the cherry? Psalm 68. Feathers. So like 8, 9, something like that. Psalm 68. You got a description of the chariots in Psalm 68.
Chariots of Yahweh 20,000.
Yeah, is it that?
That's
What verse is that?
That's 17.
Yeah, read that. 16 and 17.
The chariots of Yahweh are 20,000.
Yep.
Even thousands of angels.
Mm-hmm.
Yahweh is among them as a Sinai in the holy place.
No. So look at feather under his wing, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Go ahead. I think
Never mind. Psalms 90, this might be what you was talking about. Psalms 91 and 4.
no, that's what he read.
Oh,
Yeah, we're trying to get precept.
Oh.
If you go to Psalms 139. Psalms 139.
Psalms 139 and 9.
Uh-huh. That's it.
If I take the wings of the morning
There we go. Wings in the morning. Go ahead.
and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there shall thy hand lead me, and thy right hand shall hold me.
That's right. That's your Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. He's going to uphold us. He's going to take care of us. All right? That's backing up Psalms 91 verse 4. Go ahead, Arthur.
Psalms 91 verse 5. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that fly by day,
You go ahead, Arthur.
nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall by at thy side.
What?
10,000
It said
A thousand shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee.
It's not going to come near you. It ain't going to touch you, man. Or it's going to get thousands of dead bodies in the street, man. You're going to be walking over dead bodies, right? The Lord said, hey, go to the store. You want there's some food right there for you and your family. Go right here. Take a left. Take a right. Right? It's going to be covering right there for you. All right? Just like the book of Eli. All right? Was it Yahweh guarded Eli? Didn't he have to protect that book? Right? What's his name? John Oldman. What's his name? Oldman? Gary Oldman. He couldn't read the book. This book is not for everybody. It's only for the elect. He got the book in his possession, and it was in what? Burrell, right? You couldn't read it. You couldn't read it. Yup. That's it now.
Oh, yeah, let's bring it out.
Isaiah 65:13. But thus say Yahweh, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed.
And it's words like that, scriptures like that that give us comfort to know in those days that we ain't going to want for anything. The Lord going to take care of his elect, you know?
So, I mean, you don't got to complete your account.
That's right. You ain't got to stop, you know, I have a whole room dedicated to canned goods and buying tents and shit like that, man. You know, we're going to use wisdom and buy a few things, you know, just we might even run through those things that we bought. But we know that in that time, you might not even make it to your house. You might not even make it to your car.
That's right.
You might have to take it on foot and go and follow the spirit of the Lord, man. The Lord will lead you to a meal or to comfort. And he might have it to the point where he put the spirit on you not even to get hungry. Whereas though you ain't even going to need a meal in that day, man. The Lord, you can't limit the Lord's power. Some brothers got ailments where so they're going to need medication. You think they're going to be near medicine in that day? No, the Lord's going to medicate you. He's going to supply you with what you need, man. Everything that's sufficient for you to survive. And if it's meant for you to die on this side in the truth, knowing the Lord, then that's an honorable death.
Yeah, because the Lord said we're going to be pilgrims on the earth, right? Psalms 119:54. The statutes have been my songs in the house of pilgrimage. Right? Let me straight to the point. 1 Peter 2:11. Dearly beloved, I beseech you as the strangers and pilgrims, abstain from fleshly lusts which war against the soul.
That's right. We're not gonna have that's like now. We pilgrims, man. We don't have a dwelling place. We live here and there. We spread into the ghettos of the world, man. But hey, man, in that day, you might have to flee your so-called house and become a wanderer, man.
Yahweh said, the birds have nests, the fox have holes, but the Son of Man don't have a place to lay his head.
Lay his head, man. And that's the spirit we gonna have to be in that day, man. We might have to literally lay in the field or seek shelter somewhere we won't normally be seeking shelter at, man. But the main shelter that's gonna cover is the protection of the Lord, man. Under his feathers and under his right hand, man.
Hebrews 11 verse 13. These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off.
And these, speaking of the elect, that see the promises coming, man. I'll read that again.
These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them, and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on earth.
And that's another part of counting the cards, knowing that, hey, we can't see those names, but we see them afar off. We see them when we read the scriptures. So just a nigga that fell out of the truth and hear a scripture like that should be kicking himself in the ass, man. Because you've been shown the promises and the glory of the Lord, man. You even had his name. But being as though you took your hand off that plow and you went back to the world, man, hey, you should be you should be literally throwing yourself off the top rope right now for that shit, man.
And Moses, this scripture talking about Moses because he saw the promised land from a distance. He didn't even go into the promised land because the sin that he committed against Yahweh.
That's right. Only Joshua and Caleb made it, man.
Yep. So that's why the scripture said the righteous is going to be scarcely saved. Even Moses didn't go to the promised land. That was the right hand man of God. Wow. Damn. So, yeah. So we really got to check ourselves and examine ourselves. We really got to examine ourselves. We should be scared. We should be scared. Right? You know, we should do more. You know, I'm guilty of it. We should do more for Yahweh Shem outside, man.
And no matter what we do, it'll never be enough, man. We just gotta hope and pray that the righteous works that we did and the faith that we've shown, that it outweighs on that scale the wickedness that we've done, man. We want to be judged on our spirit rather than our flesh, man. You know? So hopefully our good works outweighs the bad and the Lord shows mercy. That's all we got, man, is hope. Other than that, what do you have, man?
Read Ecclesiastes 140. Matter of fact, give me Sirach 10.
Sirach 10 verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people.
Yeah, and that's why we respect Tahar, Gabar, Rakari, Yamla, because they wise men and they instructing the people well in the name of Yahweh Shem. Go ahead.
And the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judgment of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein.
Go ahead.
An unwise king destroyed his people.
Yeah, unwise king destroys people, saying that his name is not Yahweh, his name is Jesus Christ. His name is Yahweh. You know, you destroying the people, man. You know, deep in your spirit, his name is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh. right? Tell them to take the vaccine, right? So saying it's okay to edge up. Oh, it's okay to edge up. Yeah, go ahead.
Says, no wise king destroyed his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. The power of the earth is in the hand of Yahweh. In due time you set over it one that is profitable.
Yeah, that's what Esau thinks. He think the power was in his hand. The power was in Yahweh. Yahweh Shem Yahushua. These prophecies got to be fulfilled. That's why he allowing Esau, the so-called white man, to do what they do.
That's right.
Right? I think Tahar said Joe Biden might be Antiochus. He might be Antiochus. Hey, he could be. There's nothing new under the sun. The Roman Empire, the Roman emperors that was back then, they here today. They here today. Shit, Trump might have been Nero.
Shit, Pontius Pilate somewhere in one of these forms of government, look, law enforcement over there.
Yeah,
Cornelius,
yeah,
reincarnation of earth, man.
yeah. And an officer that prick Yahweh Shah,
Yeah,
he's
he
going to be
said,
here. He's here.
Even them that pierced me shall see it,
Yeah.
man.
They here.
And you know, it's more spirits here on earth now today than it was then. And the reason there's more spirits on earth today for judgment, man. Those spirits had to be brought back to be judged.
Yeah, that's why when you read Psalm 16, verse 4. Psalm 16, verse 4. Yeah, that you was reading.
In the hand of Yahweh is prosperity of the man.
Hold on, let me put the scripture out.
Yeah, I don't see
Just yeah, Psalm, Proverbs 16, verse 4.
It says Psalms.
Proverbs. Rock.
This is Proverbs 16, verse 4. The Lord had made all things for himself. Yeah.
The Lord made all things for himself. Go ahead.
Yeah, even the wicked for the day.
Even the wicked for the day of evil.
Even the wicked for the day of evil, man.
There we go.
So we were speaking earlier about, you know, some of our family members be like, yeah, I did this all this long and I'm still good. But that scripture right there speaks volumes just as well as sentence against the evil deed. Isn't executed speedily, man. We'll bring that back out again.
Yeah, Julius Caesar's here, Augustus, Nero, all these motherfuckers is here. Caligula, Claudius, Nero. Go ahead.
It's Proverbs 16 and 4. The Lord had made all things for himself. Yeah, even the wicked for the day.
So, hey, the day of evil is coming. That day of bad time, we'll end up beginning of bad times. So when them bad times come, the wicked were made for that to be shown or made an example of. It's like the elect will be shown the right example, okay? The righteous example.
Yep, Vitalis, Vespasian is here, Domitian, Titus, they all here. All here. Right? There's nothing new under the sun, man. So, that's why we ain't afraid of death, because that the spirit comes back every 3 or 4th generation. They showed you that movie I seen. Oh, you didn't see that movie.
I did.
1666. It's a 3-part movie on Netflix.
I saw part 1.
On Netflix. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It goes into reincarnation.
So that one I went to.
Who's reading? You it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you want me to read to.
Good afternoon.
All right.
Ecclesiastes 10. You told me to read 10. I stopped at 5. I don't know what you read. In the hand of Yahweh is prosperity.
It's a what?
In the hand of Yahweh is the prosperity of a man. And upon the person described shall be linked wrong. Fear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong, and do nothing at all by injurious practices.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. Bear not hatred to every little thing that he does wrong. He might burp, you don't like it, he might fart, you know, you just coming down his throat, you know, for every little thing, man. All right? So, but don't hate him, you know. Yeah, they got niggas out there, every little thing, just piss off a nigga, end up shooting him and shit. You know, instead of talking to his brother. That's what happened.
So, you know, just wanted to come out and prophesy on the highways, man. Yet another week, Lord willing, the Spirit still wants to continue to do something until ultimately they lock this thing down and institute that, you know what. So with that, you know, Lord willing, it's edifying, we give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Hashem, Wakab, Kadash. The waters to the elders and apostles, great millstones, to say Shalom, all the active neighbor. Shalom and death to America.
Death to America. What's that? Abiyabiam, Ka, Nawa, Abad, Ka, Nawa, Abiyabiam. Death to our enemies.